Hey guys, this is Shooting Star Journey. Today I'm going to talk about a conversation I had on the bus and a book club I'd like to start. Remember, I am not a doctor or a therapist. I just happen to live with type 2 bipolar disorder. Alright, I'm really glad that we get to talk this weekend. Hope everybody had a good week. Hey everyone, it's Kaylee here, and this week I want to talk about an experience I had on the bus today and also a book club I'd like to start with all of you, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so today on the bus, I was riding into town, and there were some people discussing different various mood disorders that they had or that they knew people had, and it was troubling to me a little bit because even though they claimed to have some of these disorders, when they were talking about them, they were minimalizing the pain of people who actually suffer from these. I don't know if they really did or not. It just really bummed me out to hear them say the things they did. And one of them mentioned that they had bipolar disorder, and you all know that I have type 2 bipolar disorder. And the things that they described they did not fit that disorder at all. And they were using words that no one who deals with the pain every day would use. It was very demeaning, like very stigmatic. In the video I talked about fighting the stigma, definitely using words like crazy, insane, psychotic. They said things how it was cool to be crazy, and that just really sad to me. So I want to discuss that again about how those jokes and those comments just confuse people who don't know anything about mood disorders. It makes them view people who do in a negative light. It took a lot of courage. Sometimes I don't like confrontation, but I went ahead and I moved to that back seat, and I didn't get angry or upset, but what I said was, hey, do you guys know that it's Mental Health Awareness Month? And here's my Facebook page, my YouTube channel, and I have type 2 sorry guys, that I have type 2 bipolar disorder. And one of them said something that I found interesting. I found it sad and encouraging. She said, oh, I would have never known that you had bipolar disorder. That was upsetting to me in the sense that she views a certain stereotype, a certain, type that she's seen on TV and what people have said as having bipolar disorder. What I did like about that comment is that I have it and I don't fit that stereotype that she had. So there is an example in her mind of someone who can seem like an everyday person that you never would have known has these issues in their life, because that is the point, that everybody is a person and we all have many facets about our lives. We are not our mood disorders, and we can be completely functional in society and learn how to cope and deal with these things. So I'm glad she said that, and I'm a little bummed that she said it too, but more glad because now I was an example of something that she can, in her head now, realize that not everyone acts the way she thinks they act. All right, so the book club I would like to start. I've picked up a few books. Not all of them are on bipolar disorder because my channel is not designated just for bipolar disorder, but mood disorders in general. I want to read some books on other mood disorders to learn a little bit more about them and include viewers who have other mood disorders other than bipolar disorder. So I have a few books. This one I picked up, it's a true story. It's called Autobiography of a Schizophrenic Girl. That's what it looks like. And the author says the true story of Renee. It's translated by Grace Rubin-Rabson. So there's that. I picked these books up at Barnes & Noble. By no means am I saying you have to go to Barnes & Noble, but that was where I got it. And the price on it there was $15 for this book. I will be putting all the book titles and authors in the description box below if you would like to follow along in the book club. Alright, and I also picked up Girl Interrupted, which there is a film about it. I'm not quite sure if this is the book. Oh, it looks like on the back it is what inspired the movie. So, Girl Interrupted by Susanna Kaysen. I'd like to read that one with all of you. It's a national bestseller. So, and at Barnes & Noble, it was $14.95. All right, here is one called An Unquiet Mind, and it's by Redfield, Jamison. And if you go onto my Facebook, I have a quote from this book, which is where I actually got the inspiration for the name of my YouTube channel's Shooting Star Journey. So you could go on there and check that out, but it comes from this book. I haven't read it yet, but I know it comes from this one. And at Barnes & Noble, it was $15.95. This one is, I believe, about bipolar disorder. Yes. This one is about specifically bipolar disorder. Now, then there's Touched with Fire by the same author, Redfield, Jamison. And this one is about manic depressive illness and the artistic temperament. She talks about different people in history and that have dealt with this. And you can pick this one up for $16. This is what I got it for. Alright, and then the last one, this is a fun book. I just started it today. I figured, we don't have to read super serious books here, and go ahead and give me examples of or suggestions of what you would like to read in this club. But I picked up one called Batman and Psychology, and I know that sounds silly to some people. So Batman and Psychology, A Dark and Stormy Night by Travis Langley. And this just goes into all the characters, Batman and his alter ego, Bruce Wayne, and all the different characters and what they have to do with psychology. And the author, I'm going to read this real quick since this is the one I'm reading right now, and I would review this one first. Travis Langley is a professor of psychology at Henderson State University and organizer for the Comic Arts Conference. He is a psychologist who speaks regularly on the psychology of superheroes at conventions like San Diego Comic-Con, especially the psychology of Gotham's Dark Knight. So there's this one. I'm going to start this one, and I will come up with questions, and we will figure out as we go how we'd like to do this. And this book was $17.95. So I know some of you may think it's weird that I'd read a book about Batman, but comic books and other literature have really influenced our pop culture, our social culture. A lot of times these things in our pop culture, they really reflect the mindset of the people of their time. And so this book, so far that I've seen, it goes and investigates each era of Batman and how it reflected what was going on at the time in America. So something that is so deep in our culture, and Batman is known as one of the top 3 DC comic superheroes. So something that's such a big icon in our history, it really is worth investigating and analyzing. And as silly as it may sound, there's quite a bit of our culture intertwined with our comic books. So I thought it would be very interesting and fun to look at it in another perspective, to see what these comics have to say on it, if they're at all accurate or inaccurate, if they're leading people away from the correct views or not. It'd be very interesting to ask those questions. All right, so I will put all those in the description box below. I am thinking about starting a blog for this book club so we can all discuss. I will put that information up on my Facebook page. All right, so I hope you all have a really wonderful week. Keep on fighting the stigma, and remember, this month is Mental Health Awareness Month, and you wear green to show your support. All right, I'll see you next week, guys. Bye. This is just another reminder that I am not a doctor or a therapist. I just live with type 2 bipolar disorder. So have a great week, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye.